Hey everybody, it's Tara Bryan, and you are listening to the Course Building Secrets podcast. Whether you're a coach or a CEO, the success of your team and clients is based on your ability to deliver a consistent experience and guide them on the fastest path to results. This podcast will give you practical, real-life tips that you can use today to build your online experiences that get results and create raving fans. Why? So you can monetize your expertise and serve more people without adding more time or team to your business. If you're looking to uncover your $1 million framework, package it, and use it to scale, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of the Course Building Secrets podcast. I am thrilled that you are here today. Hey, I want to talk about your number one employee that you are going to hire in your agency, in your business, in your freelancing gig, whatever it is that you're doing. And this employee is never going to leave you, is never going to let you down, is never going to have a sick day, is never going to have a vacation, right? This employee is going to be your powerhouse that's going to help you grow and scale your business in the best way possible, to provide you with freedom, to provide you with a consistent helper that like just works, right? And works around the clock. They don't need any time off. They don't go to sleep. They don't eat. They don't do anything else, right? And so they are your perfect employee. Let me tell you who it is. Okay, so your perfect employee is your digital clone. And your digital clone is the digital powerhouse that you need to help you grow your business. So before you hire a project manager, integrator, whoever you need to hire on your team who is a real human, you need to hire your digital clone. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that digital clone today because it is foundationally going to help you grow your business in a way that's sustainable and profitable and helps you have that level of consistency and predictability that you don't always get when you're building a larger team. So I'm not saying don't actually hire humans, right? I'm not saying, skip or skimp on having a great team that supports you. But what I'm saying is before you do that, there are ways to use the digital clone of yourself to extend the work that you're doing in a way that will serve you first and foremost before you hire out having an employee. Okay, so all right, so your digital employee, your digital clone is going to help you with communications, going to help you with providing an excellent experience to your people. It's going to help you deliver various components of what you do so that you can maximize your time. One of the things, most of you know this, but I owned and operated a digital learning agency for about 17 years. And one of the biggest challenges we had was every time we got a new client, it felt like 50 First Dates. So if you haven't seen that movie, go out and watch the movie. But Drew Barrymore is the star of this movie. And what happens is she has a brain injury. And so every single day she wakes up and she doesn't remember the day before. So her significant other, Adam Sandler, has to spend each morning recreating their relationship, right? And so every single day he has to work to, have the same level of experience for Drew Barrymore because of this brain injury, right? So our saying in our agency was 50 First Dates. Every single time we have a new client, we have to repeat ourselves over and over and over again. And so at some point we looked at it and we said, okay, wait a minute. Like we are literally doing the same things over and over and over again because we have a signature methodology that we run people through. We have the same process when we bring somebody in. This is how we onboard them. This is how we communicate with them. This is, here are the emails that go out. Here is how, we start the process. Here is how we, work through the different things to get to the result that we are hoping for, which in our case was building custom learning programs for companies. And so we had to take a critical look at that and say, we could recreate this each and every time, right? We could do what we are doing, which is hiring more and more people to take on more of the volume of, increasing the number of people or the number of clients that we had, right? And so if we have, 4 clients, then we repeat ourselves 4 times, right? And that's doable, right? Like you can send an email 4 times, that's fine. And rewrite it each time and have it be just slightly different, right? And so, then we would have 10 clients. And so, okay, so maybe we have a couple more people who come in and are helping to serve those 10 clients. So each person would kind of do their own thing, write their own emails, go through the process in kind of their own way. And, okay, so great. So let's add 20 projects at the same time. Okay, now we have more people. Now we have more kind of repetition in terms of what we're trying to do. And things got a little messy, right? They started to get a little messy at 10, definitely messy at, the bigger that we got, because the experience wasn't the same for all of the customers. And so forgot to send this email, and so sent this one, but it wasn't really clear. This contract didn't get signed. This meeting didn't get scheduled. This program had some errors in it, right? So all these things started to happen, and not that it was necessarily the fault of any one employee, but we didn't have our processes down in order to be able to have consistent messaging go out, right? And so when you look at how do you digitize your clone, your number one employee, what you're looking at is how do you take some of the things that would provide a consistent experience and digitize them, create a way for people to get the same messaging without having to redo it every single time. And so this is one of the things we love helping our clients with, because it's very, very simple, but it's not easy, right? Because you're either constantly just going through the motions and doing it, because sometimes it's easier just to rewrite it and put it out there. But once you do it, it's so freeing. So take a simple example. And I don't know if anyone else remembers this, but when you first start out or before these tools became available, you would try and schedule a meeting with someone, right? A client, a colleague, or whatever else. And it would be like a 7 email chain, right? Like, hey, what time works for you? Oh, Monday, great. Monday at what time? What time works for you? 3, 4, 5? You would just keep sending things back and forth. And it was like, why? Like it's eating up like 15 minutes of my day just to try and coordinate a meeting time with somebody, so that I can, meet with them. And so tools like Calendly or any of the other ones that are out there, it's free. It's such an easy way to digitize what you're doing. So you don't need a secretary or an admin assistant to schedule your meetings. You just send out a link and say, hey, grab a free time on my calendar. That is an awesome example of digitally cloning yourself, right? You don't have to spend the time going back and forth. You don't need somebody else to do that and manage your calendar. You just send out the link and they're able to see when you are available. Super simple. And there are thousands of examples of how to use digital services in order to maximize your time, maximize your effectiveness, and clone yourself in a digital manner. So when we're looking at your digital experience that you're putting out there for your customers, so how you're serving your customers, and sort of scaling what you're doing in a one-on-one capacity, we're looking at that same thing. How do you digitize the experience? How do you make it easier for people to get what they need? How do you make it more consistent and predictable? So when your team is working on the programs or the projects or whatever it is that you're doing to actually serve your customers, what's happening is you're able to serve your customers and provide an awesome experience, because a lot of sort of the digital or busy work or whatever it is, however you want to think about it, is taken care of, and it's done and dusted for you. And so often when we're working with our customers, that's like the first thing that we're taking care of, is like, what is the system that you are using to create that predictability, to create that clone of yourself, so you're providing the best service consistently with each of your customers. So I remember when we started using automated emails, and literally it's still a personal email, but you don't have to rewrite it each time, right? And so if you have something to say to all of your customers when they start with you, then you just say it one time and you don't have to think about it and sit down and write an email each time, right? It's still heartfelt. It's still giving them everything that they need to get started. It's just being done in a consistent fashion. So for you, you're like, oh, this feels like a form letter, right? This is something that goes out to everyone. For your customer, they're only seeing it one time. And so for them, they are not having the same experience where it's like, oh, it feels impersonal. It feels impersonal to you because you're not sitting down and writing it, but you have sat down and written it in the past, right? And so you had that feeling, that heartfelt feeling with your new client, and they're getting that message when they're receiving your email. Doesn't mean you have to sit down and write it. And so again, from thinking through what are the mechanics of this, how do you make that happen, even if you don't like the tech, how do you do that? These are things that we're constantly helping our clients with. But the very first thing in the power of creating digital experiences is you are able to create that digital clone of your ability to give the best service, which is why we love this whole process, is because for us, it's not a course. For us, it's not a program. For us, it's really about giving you and providing you the ability to serve at the highest level, even when you're not physically present with people. And so that's why we love what we do. And when you can dial in that experience where you're giving your best self, your best service, your best framework in a way that's scalable, meaning it can happen without you physically being there, then you know that you're able to grow and scale your business. And it's so freeing for you and for your customers. It provides that level of predictability. It provides that level of growth that then frees you up to go to the next level. So hopefully this serves you, because a lot of times we don't think about our digital presence as another employee or our first employee or a digital clone of ourselves, but it's really what it is, right? And so even when we look at AI right now, right, and all the new ways that you can leverage technology to provide a better service, is that it's just an extension of you. It's an extension of how you can help show up and serve in the best way possible. It's not a replacement. It's not something that can exist without your intervention. It is an extension of your ability to serve your clients. So use that, think about that, and hopefully this serves you today. All right, enjoy your day.
Hey everybody, are you a business owner ready to streamline and scale your business? Imagine solving the biggest business challenges with clarity, a strategy, and a clear plan. Hey, I'm Bryan, and I want to invite you to take the first step towards transforming your business with a free 30-minute discovery call. This call is an opportunity to discuss your goals, identify key challenges, and learn how my mentorship program can help you achieve the success you're aiming for. In just a half hour, we'll explore how you can scale your business by enhancing your authority strategy, engagement strategy, and retention strategy. You'll get personalized advice and a clear path forward. Ready to take the first step? Click on the link below that's in the show notes to book your free discovery call now. I hope to talk to you soon.